Alright, hell yeah. So pulling yourself back in a raft can be the most difficult part about whitewater rafting. It can almost feel like a muscle up, and I'm not able to do a muscle up, hell no. In a boat, though, your body is in the water and that's neutral buoyancy, but it is nice to have your boat low to the water. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, I've been working with secondary stability using a drop stitch floor from an inflatable kayak. And then I just found out that it has this extra benefit, having like a 3-inch rib that's nice and rounded. It's such a good grip, and it's almost like a platform, so we're going to show that. And I'm going to show one method that you could actually attach this and have it a clean line principle, where you can still maneuver it in actually 2 different locations. So that's what we're going to show. On the left is neutral. On the middle, that's where you pull down on it, and then it has something to push against, and then it can even make a platform. Let's check it out. Hell yeah. So being able to palm that surface, that's a 3-inch inflated floor. That was going to be one of the coolest improvements, you know what I mean? So I throw a palm right there, and then even my other hand, I can palm the other side, and then just really throw myself in. It's almost like steps for my hand. Booyah. I almost forgot to include this one. So being able to put your elbow, see how I put my elbow right there? That was a significant improvement. I dug that. So hell yeah, let's take a look at that one more time. Yeah, just being able to have these intermediate stability points. Booyah. Hell yeah. The second improvement is being able to get my knee up into there and then really leverage and push down. So that's kind of like a trick you can do. You can throw your paddle in between the perimeter line and pull the paddle down underneath the boat, and you can get a knee up onto there. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. Here's a construction drawing. This could be a neutral position, and again, it fits the clean line principle. One strip of material, nothing to get hung up in. Now as you pull down, hell yeah, we talked about how you have a place to palm and push down, maybe even on a platform. As you pull farther, you maybe get a knee in there. And then maybe you get the other benefit that it rolls the other direction, and you kind of get this floating dock. And maybe that's good for like a resting position. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we got 2 more clips and we can talk about limitations. So in this, I have this basically where my perimeter line is on my boat. So this is the perfect place for me to pull myself back in. Now, this isn't the perfect place for me to have this thing for buoyancy since it's already in the water. So it would be a little bit higher, at least on the ends of my boat. Now, I have been practicing with stability, and it's basically just the ends that are going to be used for stability. So if I was to benefit from pulling myself back in, right in the middle there, I would want it that low. And then hell yeah, so this is kind of the construction drawings, probably of where I would want it. But then I want the buoyancy at the ends for doing bracing, you know what I mean? And so that I think can be modified, because even where I push down into the water, I'm pushing pretty strong, and it doesn't need to be, you know what I mean, sticking that far down right at the middle. So anyway, hell yeah. Thanks for joining me on this one. Booyah.